Let's talk about a story that gets under your skin. A piece of folklore that starts with something you see every single day and twists it into a nightmare. This is the legend of the mirror that was never meant to be seen.
And right here, this is the hook that makes the whole story work. Forget about ghosts jumping out of closets. The real fear here is so much more personal. It's the idea that when you look in a mirror, the person looking back isn't you. It's something else entirely.
So, every great scary story needs a great setting, right? And this one is a classic. Picture this, a dilapidated old house, right at the edge of a forest no one ever goes into. And inside, gathering dust, this mirror just waited. Now, this wasn't just some campfire tale to scare kids. No, this was woven into the fabric of the village. The elders would warn everyone, constantly. They'd talk about people who got curious, who went to see the mirror, and came back, well, different, changed. Something was wrong with them, and everyone knew it. And of course, you always have that one person, don't you? The one who hears all the warnings and thinks, yeah, but what if it's not true? Meet Ilara. She's heard the stories her whole life, but that little voice of curiosity, it just got too loud to ignore. She had to see for herself. So, she does it. She walks into that silent forest, finds that creepy, dust-choked house, and steps inside. And this is it, the point of no return. In a room where time seems to have just stopped, she finally lays eyes on it. And the first thing she notices is just fundamentally wrong. You know how a mirror works. It's passive, it shows you what's there. But this one, it wasn't reflecting anything. Not the dusty room, not her standing there. The surface was just blank, still, like it was holding its breath, just waiting for her. As she steps closer, an image slowly fades in. And just look at this breakdown. On the left, you have her world. On the right, you have what the mirror is showing her. A completely different place, wearing clothes she's never seen before. But the real horror, the detail the legend always focuses on, is the eyes. They weren't her eyes. They weren't even human. And then it happens, the moment that shatters reality. The reflection, this thing wearing her face, it moves on its own. It moves before she does. And then it smiles. A wide, unnatural smile. That's it. She does the only sane thing a person could do. She turns and runs. But it's already far, far too late. So Ilara gets out of there, her heart pounding. She tries to rationalize it, It was dark. My eyes were playing tricks on me. But the thing about this curse is that it doesn't stay in the house. It follows you home. The story doesn't wait around. The horror starts the very next day. And it doesn't start with a bang. It starts with tiny, little cracks in the world around her. The curse has already taken root. You have to put yourself in her shoes. What is going on in her head? Is she losing her mind? Did she just psych herself out in a creepy old house? She's trapped in this spiral of fear, starting to question her own sanity. It starts small. She glances at her reflection in a puddle of water, and it moves a fraction of a second after she does. Just a tiny lag. It's so small you could almost convince yourself you imagined it. Almost. Then it gets weirder. Her shadow stops obeying the laws of light. It stretches too long, twists in ways it shouldn't. The basic, fundamental rules of her world are starting to fray at the edges. And then, the final proof. For just a split second, she'll catch a glimpse in a shop window or a polished spoon, and it's not her face looking back. It's the other one, the one with those inhuman eyes from the mirror. It's watching her. Her paranoia is at a fever pitch. And then one night, the legend delivers its most terrifying twist yet. She wakes up, and the mirror from that abandoned house is in her bedroom. It's just there. It moved itself. She's trapped. There's nowhere left to run. She gets out of bed, forced to approach it, and the figure inside speaks. But here's the truly chilling part. She doesn't hear the voice with her ears. The words just appear, fully formed, inside her own head. An intimate, terrifying violation. It knows her, and it's telling her she broke a rule she didn't even know existed. And this is when we finally understand what this thing is. It's not a ghost, it's something else. The legend calls it a presence, an ancient being from somewhere else. And it uses reflections like doors, doorways into our world. So, what does this presence want? Why did it follow her? Why is it here? The answer is the real secret behind the curse, the reason the villagers were so terrified for all those years. Let's break down how this trap works, because it's horrifyingly simple. 1. She looked in the mirror. That started the clock. 2. Her fear and obsession blurred the line between her world and its world. 3. By doing that, she basically sent an invitation, and that leads to the 4th and final step, the trade.
And this is the core horror of the entire legend. This was never about your soul getting trapped in the mirror. That would be too simple. This is about being replaced. The entity doesn't want to imprison you. It wants to become you. It wants your life.
In those final, terrifying moments, the figure in the mirror reaches out, pressing its hand against the glass from the other side. Elara, mesmerized, does the same. The glass ripples like water. She feels her own thoughts, her memories, everything that makes her her, just slipping away, fading, being overwritten by something ancient and alien and cold. The trade is done.
And this might be the most disturbing part of the whole story. The next day, the creature wearing Elara's body just walks through the village. It smiles, it nods. To everyone else, she seems fine, maybe a little quiet, but fine. No one knows the real Elara is gone.
And here it is, the final devastating twist. All those little signs that something was wrong, the lagging reflection, the twisted shadow, they're all gone now. When the entity looks into a puddle, its reflection is perfect. It moves in perfect sync. The last piece of evidence has been erased. The replacement is complete. And that's the question the legend leaves you with, isn't it? It takes this thing you do every single day without thinking, and it plants a tiny, awful seed of doubt. The story's over, but you're left wondering. The next time you look in a mirror, how can you be absolutely sure who's looking back?